U.S. More Democratic Sen. Elizabeth Warren is cladding a clearance following demonstration a DNA testing, that she says validates her claims of Home US legacy. Lot analysts gamble how Ms. Warren, whose legacy Mr. Trump card has frequently mocked, is fleeing for CEO. Ms. Warren has not declared to be a individual of any U.S. pedigree nationality. Though they don't wish her, Mr. Trump card told on Tuesday in answer to the declaration by the Cherokee nationality, the greatest pedigree nationality in the U.S. Cherokee Nationality Secretariat of Country Cast Hoskin Jr. told in a declaration on Monday how a DNA testing is worthless to define pedigree nationality. Pocahontas, this bad release, occasionally called to as Elizabeth Warren, is received slammed. She took a fictitious DNA testing and it showed how she may be January 10, 24, far less than rather than the ordinary us. Now Cherokee nationality denies her DNA testing is worthless. Though they don't wish her fake. Now how her claims of creature of Hindu legacy include rotated out to be a fraud and arrest, Elizabeth Warren should apologize for committing the scam versus the social. Harvard named her one man of color, wonderful scam, and would not include undertaken her differently. With a DNA testing to lay complaint to any connect to the Cherokee nationality or any pedigree nationality, though dimly, is inadequate and incorrect, Mr. Hoskin told, addition how present tests do not distinguish among folk of the polar and southward US continents. Mrs. Warren after tweeted, DNA and household story has anything to do in pedigree accession or nationality, that is established just, by pedigree nations. I honor the difference, and don't listing myself as home in the shenade. Elizabeth Warren's efforts to put to otherwise the history of her Home US origin is a instance research in the challenge of charming Donald Trump card on his regulation. He disputed her to get a DNA testing, that she did. Time the results backed her expense, they were by no tool final. The CEO pounced, indicating to the minimum end assessment of her Home US DNA and marking her a fake, inviting her history a scam and a fraud. Complicating the question for Ms. Warren is how the pedigree sameness is a susceptible question for home Americans. The Cherokee nationality spurred behind difficult on the concept how nobody could complain affiliation relying on a DNA testing, although Ms. Warren had done no such a try. Ms. Warren as well proposed accounts of associate support her competition how she acquired no benefits or priority for her history claims, but the furor above the DNA discussion buried such efforts. So quite rather than end the talk, Ms. Warren has efficaciously taken into account her critics' future munition to use versus her. The CEO is sticking out in his sarcastic Pocahontas moniker, or, if whatever, he may more than firmly trust the is a policy weak he can utilize. This extensive most of Ms. Warren's origin is Europe, it concludes, but this results firmly supporting a Home US forefather. In a campaigning-style live video demonstration her DNA testing results on Monday, Ms. Warren says her critics assault her as an affront or to divert of the various of changes I'm fight to. Analysts in Washington once recognized the live video as testimony how she is examining a president run in 2020. Ms. Warren has rejected use of her backdrop with 2012, while it founded how she was listed as a minority group in a Harvard Law High School reference. She has often floored attacks of the whites building and Republicans above if she utilized claims of home origin to preliminary her career. At a gathering in July, the U.S. CEO told he would offer $1 million, £761,000, to Mercy if Ms. Warren would show her claims of home American legacy. On Monday, Mr. Trump card was requested on the Mercy collateral and initially rejected how he had always done it. But after time tourism storm harm in Florida, he told he would just offer cash if I can testing her individually. How will not be thing I will delight, he added. I've been said how my grandma was portion Cherokee Hindu. It may all be fair say, but thou go discover out in a pair of weeks, he told. She named the DNA testing a policy assault on pedigree independence. She and lot of the U.S. social benefit the sounding of, generally whites, genome scientists and tacitly concede to them the force to determine native sameness. As scholars of racing include shown, it is one of the benefit of white to determine and monitoring everyone else's sameness, she wrote. Yet, Deb Holland, a homeless female fleeing for convention in New Mexico, welcomed Ms. Warren's gene testing. Proverb it confirms the household story she has length share in the planet, and I recognize her home origin as bequest to who we are as Americans. This insight of Sen Warren's home us origin is considerable for her individually, and I accede her in celebration her origin, tweeted Ms. Holland, a term of the Pueblo of Lagoon Tribal. Sen Warren has been a sibling in the fight for Native folk rights, and for all of us who weren't unborn in the top 1%. The insight of Sen Warren's home us origin is considerable for her individually, and I accede her in celebration her origin. The uproar about Ms. Warren's origin recalls the attacks CEO Barack Obama florid above his backdrop. For Mr. Obama's campaigning, Mr. Trump card named often for him to produce his childbirth certification to show he was unborn in America. The rumors how Mr. Obama was an alien persisted through his chairmanship or, in 2011, the Whites Building liberated his childbirth certification to suppress the debate.